Good afternoon. Good afternoon to everybody. Welcome to the breakdown, episode 547, sponsored by Gemini. You already knew that, though. Sponsored by Gemini. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Click on the link in the stream that's playing on X, on YouTube, on Rumble, on LinkedIn, whatever goddamn channel this is playing on. Click on that. Get that $100 in Bitcoin. You need it. You probably need it right now. Also, powered by the Gakshi News Network. Let's fucking go. Tune into all our shows. We got outstanding shows. We got outstanding media personalities. We're doing big things out here. We get another horn for that. All right. Obviously, we usually get into politics and shit like that on this show. But today, as I did a little today, I have 2 sets of workouts, training 2 times. No, don't be bearish, Landy. Nothing to be bearish about. Okay? I put on the power sweatshirt, bro. Like the power sweater is on right now. This is like I'm in the trenches, right? Like you guys are talking about, Dave, we need to go to the trenches. You need to go into the trenches, Dave. Well, Dave is now going to build his $1 million portfolio. There you go. I'm gonna build my $1 million port. Okay. I told you it was coming. The list will be coming out. The list will be coming out. But I am giving everybody an opportunity to sell me on the shit that you're holding. That's right. The shit that you're holding, you can go ahead and try to sell me on it. So, obviously, we're going through the pause market. I've actually I've coined that the pause market, right? We're going through the pause market. And I've unpaused the market, by the way. I've unpaused my market. Hey, I've unpaused the market. Jesus Christ. Man, they don't, I'm telling you, I would not start with them. That's all I got to say. Anyway, Landy, I got Bitcoin, man. Like, I am talking about getting into some, you know what? Let's start with the memes. I'm talking about getting into some memes that I feel that will do very well on the next leg. On the next leg up. I feel it. I feel it. The next leg is going to be ridiculous. So, let me get this pen out. Where is my goddamn pen? Where is my goddamn fucking pen? Damn. Damn. Hold on. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Just hold on. Where is my pen? Where is my pen? There's my pen. There we go. I got a pen out. All right. I'm going to be reading the chat too. I'll look into the chat. But this list, I'm going to put this into play. Now, obviously, listen, a part of the list that I will be coming out with, let's just put in, Pepe is definitely going to be on this list, obviously. And it's for obvious reasons. Let's bring up, where's Pepe? Let's bring up Pepe right now. Hold on. Where the fuck is Pepe? Where the fuck is Pepe? Pepe, 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 say Pepe, Pepe, Pepe. Hold on, I'm bringing up the chart. Where's Pepe? Pepe, 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 Pepe. Okay, there's Pepe. There is Pepe. Okay. All right. So let's share this with the crowd. Let's share this with the crowd. All right. Right. Let me switch this around. Well, I can stay here. I can stay here with this. Okay. So obviously, man, there are going to be things that are very obvious that will be on this list. This will be one of them. This will be one of them. I will be putting Pepe into this portfolio. And hold on. This list that I'm coming out with, I feel number one is going to be completely unbiased. I will let people know whether I'm in the meme or in the altcoin or not. I will be putting stuff on this list that I'm not even in. But I feel like there's potential there. I feel like there's a cult community, and that's the number one thing. Number one, looking for the cult communities, right? Looking for communities that did not leave when we pulled back and had this correction, when we had the pause market put into place because of the tariffs that Trump wanted to implement on other countries, which we saw corrections not only in the crypto markets, but in all the markets, okay? So Pepe, without a doubt, is on the list. I don't even need to explain this. If I need to explain to you why Pepe is on this list, you should go ahead and delete your account. Okay? You should delete your account because you don't belong here. You don't belong here. Okay? Let me just switch up. I want to be there. Fuck, that's too much. Hold on. Let's see if I can do it this way. I can do it this way, right? Oh, I can do it this way. Yeah, I can do it this way. Man, I got to tell you, my hair's on fleek today. Man, I am a sexy motherfucker. Anyway, so Pepe, obviously for obvious reasons, the 0x69 contract, okay? The 0x69 contract, no other contract. No other derivative, the 0x69 contract, that goes on to the list of things that, by the way, obviously, full transparency, I am holding Pepe. Of course, I am holding Pepe. Not only have I held multiple spaces on Pepe, okay, but I am holding Pepe. And by the way, as we move forward through this conversation, nothing that is stated here today is financial advice. That's the disclaimer. Nothing said here today is financial advice. This is just educational. If you need financial advice, seek out a financial advisor to see if investing is right for you. Now, oh, I love when I hit that part. I love when I hit that part. Lovely. Now, now, we got Pepe out the way. Okay? To me, Pepe, and I've said this numerous times, Pepe gave us the restart that we needed. Okay? When Pepe came out, it was a breath of fresh air, and it did save the meme economy. And what I mean by save the meme economy, because then people are going to start saying, well, hold on, David, there are really great memes like Dogecoin and Shiba Inu, and then you're going to start listing all these things out for me. I get that. But it resurrected the meme economy and it gave us 2.0 because then people within the industry started to look for real memes with real history and real lore to it, okay? Not just some bullshit derivative made about a goddamn dog, okay? Seriously, 2021, we had memes that were just derivatives of Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, or Dogecoin and Shiba Inu. Let me say it like that before I get attacked, okay? You had that going on. There was no history behind this shit. None of this shit had history. Zero. So Pepe really also showed at a time when where the entire market was dead, it showed that there was liquidity here. It showed there was liquidity here and there was an appetite for the meme economy, and the meme economy just wasn't a one-hit wonder. That's what meme did. That's what Pepe did for the memes. And I don't think it gets the recognition it deserves. And yeah, it went through a bunch of shit, but we survived that. As a community, we survived that. We really did. The spaces that were hosted, they were 24/7. 24/7, 5+ spaces with over 500 people in the bearish of bearish markets of all time. People were coming into spaces talking about Pepe, talking about, having kumbaya sessions. It was fucking great. You met people that you haven't fucking talked to, even though you've seen their handles and their PFPs within the crypto industry. So Pepe did a lot of things. It broke down the gates, and the gatekeepers had no other choice but to participate, even though at first they tried to put Pepe down. They try to make fun of Pepe, okay? They try to tell you, don't go with Pepe, buy my NFT, okay? They were on that shit, and then they started creating their own fucking tokens to try to go ahead and produce the next Pepe, and that all failed. And they finally submitted and acknowledged Pepe's existence, and they capitulated, and they got themselves a bag of Pepe. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened. Just look at the history. Look at the history. Anyway, obviously, for obvious reasons, Pepe shall be in this portfolio. Again, I'm looking to go and showcase that if you get into the right memes, you can get into a $1 million position with your portfolio. That is it. That's what I'm showcasing. That's what I'm showcasing. Now, so that's one. I'm not going to tell you the whole list. I'm just going one by one here with you guys, okay? I'm just going one by one. That's what I'm doing. So Pepe, obviously. Number two, fuck your feelings. If you are here and you are emotionally trading and you're trading based on feelings, what the fuck is this? No joke. After you're done with, hold on, let me read this fucking comment. Hold on. What the fuck? What the fuck is that? What kind of message is that? Anyway, number two, that is going. And by the way, again, just to be transparent, I own Pepe. So this is something I own. I own Pepe. Number two, Bobo. Yes, Bobo is definitely going onto this list. To each his own. To each his own. You don't have to be in Bobo. It doesn't matter. I don't really care. I don't care whether you get into Bobo or not. I'm building my list. This is my list. And yes, I own Bobo. I own Bobo. But let me give you some history about Bobo and my history with Bobo. Are you ready? Let's break that down. And let me just write that I own Bobo. Okay. Here's history. I got into Bobo. Okay. I got into Bobo. And then for 7 to 8 months, Bobo ain't doing jack shit. Okay. Bobo hits on the RSI. Bobo hits 0 twice. Okay. This is how dead it was. This is how comical it is when I hear people talk about Insider. When I hear people say Insider, I laugh. Any person in this chat or anybody watching right now, as I talk about this, could have got into Bobo and had more supply probably than any insider, air quote. And that is all hearsay, okay? By a bunch of people that didn't get in and they have personal feelings and agendas towards Bobo. Okay, so here's Bobo dead for 7 months. Dead. I'm telling you, I am looking at this shit every day in my wallet. I'm like, why do I have this? Why do I have Bobo? I'm going to tell you where this leads to, too, because this is a really good story. I'm going to tell you where this all leads to. So I have Bobo in my goddamn wallet. Bobo's not moving. It's dead. Though I see the community continues. You have, obviously, you have Rek Takashi. He's continuing to put out memes. He's memeing out here in these crypto X streets. You know, every day he's creating something, content. The community's pushing it out. That's great. You want to get into cult communities. You want to go and get into cult communities. Whether it's altcoins, whether it's memes, you want to be in a cult. You really do. You really do. 7, 8 months, I'm like, you know what? I don't know. I got to get out. I got to take my money out of this and I got to go elsewhere. That's what I said. I literally said that. And probably the greatest thing for me, because I always say this. I always say that you continue to learn. You continue to learn every single day in this industry. You continue and you continue to learn. So as I was thinking about, as I was hours away from selling Bobo, hours away. By the way, there's a question in the room. Guys, you can't see each other. If you're talking on YouTube, you can't see what people are saying on X. The people on X can't see what you're saying on YouTube. You unfortunately can only talk on your own platforms. There, I want to hit you with that. Now let me move on. A few hours before I'm about to sell Bobo, Sakasa says, I don't give a fuck what you hear. He says it like this. Can you hear me like this?
This, I don't give a fuck what you do. Motherfuckers do what they want to motherfucking do. But I will tell you to take a deeper dive into the mimetic sorcery of the meme.
Okay. Okay. These are true stories, unlike the fucking Disney tales that are being spoken on the fucking interwebs. Okay, these are real, true stories. Okay, so I'm like, all right, I'm not going to sell Bobo. Let me take a deeper dive. Let me look at these links. Let me go onto 4chan. Let me go onto Reddit. Let me look into Bobo. Let me really look into Bobo. Okay. I have Bobo. I haven't really looked that deep into the mimetic sorcery, okay? Of Bobo. And speaking of mimetic sorcery, right? Speaking of the mimetic sorcery, I don't play with that shit, man. I've seen what the mimetic sorcery does. Ask Landy. That shit have hit him hard. Anyway, I look at Bobo. I go on 4chan. I start reading 4chan forums, and I started looking at all this stuff. I'm like, holy shit! I've never taken this kind of deep dive into meme culture. I've never gone this. I've never really, and I don't think a lot of people have done the same. I don't think a lot of you guys have really gone in and looked at memes and how they were born and why were they born. Was it accidental, and why it became a thing? So I'm looking, and Bobo's all over the place, and Bobo is literally not Pepe's best friend, by the way. I don't know why people keep saying this, but Bobo is not Pepe's best friend. Bobo is what the coyote is to the roadrunner, okay? That's Bobo. Bobo is not trying to be best friends with anybody. Okay? Bobo wants to see red markets. And Wall Street, okay? Wall Street bros use Bobo to express themselves during red days. Matter of fact, to use an example, if you look at the past few weeks when the tariffs have been implemented, people were using Bobo, okay? People were using Bobo to express the red days, okay? The markets were red. The markets were pulling back. And guess who showed up? Bobo, because Bobo was excited about the markets going red to the point where even institutions were using Bobo to express their feelings about the markets. And then you have an institutional player like Van Eyck, who is putting out material, besides them coming out with a meme index, okay? They're putting out material with Bobo on it. So, no, this isn't just some forced meme that was made up to be pushed on people. This meme has been used for years. For years. For years, it's been used on 4chan. And for years, it's been used by the finance bros to express red days and to enjoy the troll and the lore of what is Bobo. So, yes, I will have Bobo on that list. Of course, I will. That was a fucking. You didn't need to be Miss Cleo to understand that I was going to do that to begin with. So, there you go. Bobo is definitely there. I do believe Bobo will make a hell of a run. And you got to understand this too. I might have favorites, but I have to make sure that in this list, I put in things that will take me into the multi-millions. I can't just put in things that I like, but they ain't gonna do shit. I personally believe that Bobo will do very, very well. Landy, stop telling me that because I have that shit, okay? Stop telling me about it. I'm gonna get to it. I don't know if I'm getting to it today, but this is like a 3-part series, okay? This is a 3-part series, okay? I don't know if I'm gonna get to the whole list. I might be doing like 50 fucking things in here, and I'm only on number 2. So Pepe and Bobo. There you go. Pepe and Bobo. Number 3. Number 3. What do you mean? What do you mean, Landy? What do you mean? I've had that. I've had that for the longest time. I've talked about it. Go fucking look on the timeline. Go talk about it. Go. I mean, go look at it. I said go talk about it. Go look at it. I talked about it. Now, onto it. Well, I wanted to wait and see if somebody was going to come in here and tell me, yo, look at this. Yo, look at this, right? So far, everybody's just sitting back and listening to me preach. So hold on. Let me just look up a few things to go ahead and talk about. Hold on. Where's my thing? Give me a second. Oh my God. I got it. What do you mean? Hold on one second. Give me a second. Break time. Break time. My bad. I don't know if I'm mixed up. I'm definitely thinking it's not me who's mixed up on this time. I'm looking at the time. I'm like, hey, regularly scheduled time is so and so. I'm looking at something. Anyway, you can hear me, man. You can hear me. Just try your best to turn on the volume. You can definitely hear me. I'm on. I'm 100% on. Anyway, anyway, if you're serious, okay. All right, so Bobo, if you look at Bobo, look at it. It's done a magical run, but obviously it's down. It is down, and I am betting on Bobo doing great numbers. Let me kick you out here. Hold on. Let me kick you out here since you don't want to permit since Cap does not want to participate with us today. Let me go ahead and send them off. Recuperate, man. Just chill out for the day. Come back tomorrow because we're talking about serious subjects. Okay? Talking about some serious subjects. Man's on here fucking talking about some really weird stuff, man. And I'm trying to go ahead and conduct a show, a serious show. Very serious show. Hold on. All right. So Bobo, there it is, showing you the chart so you guys understand why I'm bullish on it. And by the way, it's a great entry. I mean, like anybody looking for a S tier meme, okay, which I believe it is. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to agree with me. You don't have to do fucking anything I do, okay? You don't have to do anything that I personally do. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Anyway, there you go. Pepe Bobo. What is next? What is next? What is next? What shall be next? Okay. Should I add in the S? Should I do the S tiers first? And then, even though I think they're S tier, or even though I think they're dope ass memes, should I put into play some things that most people aren't in, but I think they're going to do well? Should I go that route? Should I go that route? Let me know if I should go that route. Let me see the chat. Let me see the chats and see if I should do the S tier. Well, the S tier to me, Russell, the S tier to me means that these things will be multi-cycle memes and people use them outside of Web3. So anything that I name here, hold on one second. Let me answer while I'm live. Hold on one second. All right, cool. All right, now this means I can stay on a little bit more. Shout out, by the way, episode 547. Shout out to Gemini, America's Exchange. Okay, America's Exchange. Okay, shout out to Gemini and powered by the Gakshi News Network. Shout out to the G Media Network. Shout out to all the superstars. There are shows going on right now. You got the Money Maxis, Jules, Soka, Empress. They host that show over there. You have the Griff Report. That's hosted by Hotep Jesus. He's on the Kick Network with that. 4 p.m. You know how that goes down. You got Julie Kennis. She's working the ones and twos, reporting on crypto news. You got 9 p.m. the recap show. That's with me tonight, where we recap all the news of the day. Okay, there you go. All right. So let me do this before I move on. Let me put up this chart. Are you ready? We're going to put up charts. That's right. All right. Don't worry. If you need somebody to speak to from Gemini, I will connect you. Just send me a DM. Don't worry about it. Okay. Gemini is good people, man. Everybody's out there, like everybody's a complainer, but Gemini's good people, man. Gemini's good people. Anyway, number 3. Yes, I own Augie. I own Augie. That's right. I own it. The reason why I like Augie and the reason why I believe Augie will do numbers. Number 1, if you take a closer look, I want everybody to kind of like look into this. Where the fuck is Soul Scan? All right. Hold on. Damn, hold on. Give me a second. Give me 1 second. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay. Here we go. So, Augie, obviously, low play. Okay? Low play. And by the way, right now it's all about Ethereum. Okay? Right now it's all about Ethereum. But here's Augie. Number 1, 3% is held by Vitalik. Okay? Vitalik held more, but he sold. Now, here's the thing. And before I get into like why I like Augie and why I took a flyer on Augie, I'll give you the reasons. Number 1, Vitalik usually completely full clips the memes that are sent to his wallet. On Augie, he didn't. He just went ahead and clipped a little bit, and he's now at 3%. He is holding. He is basically one of the highest holders of this project. Okay, so I like that. I like the fact that because it was weird to me. I thought he was going to completely full clip his holdings in Augie. He didn't. Number 2, Augie was the inspiration. Augie was the inspiration for Pepe. Matt Fury, if you look it up on Google, Matt Fury has stated in multiple magazines that Augie, Robert Thumb, was the inspiration for Pepe. That's lore. That to me is fucking lore. Like, Matt Fury's inspiration for Pepe, the dominant one, okay? Pepe, who rules the universe in this current ecosystem, was inspired by Augie. And Augie is an OG from the 1960s, 70s, bro. Like, that to me says it all. It says it all to me. So that's why I'm in it. I could have. Here's the difference with me and you, or some of you guys. I don't sell. I hold. That's probably my biggest problem. That is probably my biggest problem, is that I don't sell. It really is. I'm thinking about it. I do scale out a little bit on, little other things, but like these memes, the meme economy 2.0, I've held on like a motherfucker. I've held on while motherfuckers come out here and say they hold. I've held on like a son of a bitch. Anyway, Augie to me is one that I believe will run up as soon as people start looking into it and they see that the lore behind this is unfadable. Because without Augie, there is no Pepe. Without Augie, there is no Pepe. How many times will Augie be mentioned moving forward? And that's what I'm thinking about. How many times will Augie be mentioned moving forward when we hit the third leg of this run? By the way, I'm not going in like when I'm naming these things out, that doesn't mean that I'm like one's better than the other. I'm just putting together a list. Okay. Just putting together a list. So I own Augie. This is probably going to be today is probably going to be me writing things down that I own, that I'm getting into. If there's something that I see in the chats that are popping off, I'll look into it also. But I want to really make this a real list, a list that of things that I've bought and I hold, and I see super potential it, especially multi-cycle type of shit, and put things down here that I don't own. If I don't own it, but I still think that the community is dope as fuck, and I think it has levels, hey, I'm still going to talk about it, and I'm still going to put it on pen and paper. But I'm telling you right now, a lot of these, there might be a lot of these things that I don't own, but I believe that they will be super successful. They might even run, multiple cycles. And you might ask yourself, why aren't you, well, if you're going for the $1 million portfolio, why don't you get into the things that you're talking about? Maybe I will. And maybe I'll get in at a higher number. And you might think I'm crazy, but that's okay. That is fine with me. That is totally fine with me. Anyway, Pepe, Bobo, Augie. Let's continue to move on. Who should I go with on this one? Should I go with a Bitcoin meme? Should I go with a Bitcoin meme? Landy would be disappointed if I didn't go with the Bitcoin meme. But who cares what Landy thinks? He was dissing me yesterday. Said I had an awful show. It was on another space. It was terrible. It was horrible. My feelings were hurt. I was in a state of tears. I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. Who should I put on here? You know what it is? I'm thinking of Colts. And I'm also thinking of things that I own, right? So things that I own and I've been holding for a long ass time. By the way, nobody wants to pay I ain't trying to pay short-term capital gains taxes. I'm trying to pay long-term. Let me see. Who can I think of? Who can I think of? Let's go with number 4, Mog. From a culture standpoint, Mog is a good meme. It is. What again, we get into, you know what it is? We get into personal feelings a lot. We get into these personal feelings where we don't like something because somebody's in it, right? But ultimately, you came here for gains, right? You came here to figure out how you can go ahead and put yourself in a great position, right? It's not about personal feelings because personal feelings don't pay the bills. At the end of the day, your personal feelings will not pay the bills. Will not. Let's look at Mog. If you see something, as I'm pulling up all these charts, right? There's one thing that you can notice. They've all retraced. So when you come out and you talk about, oh my God, look at that one. Like when people talk about Bobo and they point at Bobo, look, Bobo's fake. Look how down it is. Bro, have you looked at all the charts? They've all pulled back. They've all pulled back. We're talking about Mog was in the billions and it pulled back to where it is today. It's at 175 million. So do you at 175, if he even went to 99 million, 97, 99 million, do you now sit back and say, hey, do I acquire more of this because Mog is going to make its comeback? Or I'm not going into it because of personal feel. Like, you got to make that decision. Me, I'm trying to get this multi-million-dollar portfolio going. I can't have my personal feelings in here. Not to say that I have any personal feelings towards anything. I'm just saying in general, this is all that you see on Crypto X. People with personal feelings, people out here talking caca on fucking memes. They're not in the meme. They just feel like, hey, maybe I can talk shit about this meme and get people into my space type of shit. And that's stupid. And that's stupid for you. Is Mog going to... let's put it this way. Is Mog going to go back to 500 million? Of course it will. So if it's at 175, do you take the play? Do you take the play and go in? That's something to think about. That makes the list though. That definitely goes on the list. Number 5. But by the way, this is just because I'm saying number 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just me laying out what I'm getting into or what I'm in. That's it. I had something on my mind and I lost my mind just now. Hold on one second. Let's see. Let me see. Let me see. What else? What else? What else? What else? Give me a second. Cult communities, right? Cult communities. Man, I don't even know if I have enough time to go ahead and run this, man. This is crazy. I don't even know if I have enough time. Okay. Pepe, Bobo, Augie, Mog. I'm putting in Hoppy. I'm gonna put in Hoppy. I own Hoppy, and I'm putting in Hoppy. I like Hoppy because it was one of Matt Fury's first drawings, first characters, first frog that was put out. I also like the content. I like the fact it ran up. I talked about Augie when it was at 150. 150K. Augie was at 150K. And I talked about it. It ran up to 136 million. I think that was it. I think 136 million it ran up to, and that was great. That was great. And then obviously the pullbacks happened. Let's look at Hoppy right now for a second. Let's take a look at Hoppy. Let's take a look at the real Hoppy. Hold on one second. I look, this is crazy. I haven't really looked at charts like this, but every chart that I'm pulling up, every chart, whether it's Bobo, Mog, Augie, you can even say, I don't even want to say Pepe because Pepe is trading at a different level. So let me leave Pepe out. But even Hoppy here, they all resemble each other. All the memes went ahead and pulled back hard. They pulled back hard. So, you know, it's kind of you got to sit back here for a second. I no matter what, I do research on these memes. And the biggest thing for me is holder count and the community. How tough is the community? And has the holder count changed? Like, have people been selling and getting out and leaving forever? Or are they pushing through this? And I'm looking at Hoppy. It continues to create, it's just content after content after content after content just continues to come out. So I like Hoppy for that reason. And that's why I will put it on this list because I think it will make a comeback. It will make a comeback. It will break its all-time high. It will break its all-time high. And I believe that. Somebody just mentioned supply. I mean, supply matters, but for me, I don't know, but I don't know in which way you're talking about supply. So I don't know what you're referencing to. If somebody's holding some sort of supply, if it's over 3%, or is it just like tokenomics? What are you talking about specifically? Nah, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't care about that. But Hoppy is one that I will put on here, and I will put it into, obviously my list because I'm betting on this third leg that comes around when we see all the bullish activity come back, and especially in the meme economy. Why am I so bullish on the memes? Because people, when they come into crypto, the first thing they do is they come into the memes. They come right into the memes. The meme ecosystem is the first place that they go to, okay? Because they don't have an understanding of Bitcoin. They still can't wrap their head around it. They think it's too expensive, even though you can buy it at a fraction. Same thing with Ethereum, because I think obviously Ethereum is going to pop off. People want to get into things that are relatable. People will look at things that are relatable, especially that they're coming from the outside world. And this is their first attempt into coming into our ecosystem, right? So they're not going into Bitcoin yet. Yet. They will, but not yet. It's the same thing that happened with Dogecoin, which I will be putting on this list as well. Dogecoin, let me just put Dogecoin in here. Number 6, Doge definitely own. Dogecoin has always. When I talked about Dogecoin, everybody hated it. Everybody hated me talking about Dogecoin. The Bitcoin maxis would beat on me all the time for talking about Dogecoin. I was the first one to go on fucking national TV to talk about Dogecoin multiple times. Okay, I went on and talked about Dogecoin. I was talking Dogecoin. When it wasn't a popular thing to do, I'm talking Dogecoin. Okay, I'm going against everything, air quote, the space is all about. And here I am talking about Dogecoin, which, by the way, is still king of the memes. Until Dogecoin is flipped, it still rules the memes. Bottom line. And there is no argument here. I don't think there's an argument. I don't think anybody can make an argument. Until the day it gets flipped, Dogecoin runs shit. Bottom line, it's accepted everywhere. Period. Dogecoin's in there. Dogecoin. So what? 1, 2. Pepe, Bobo, Augie, Moggy. I said Moggy. Mog, Hoppy, Doge. You know, we look at right now. I'm keeping it on Ethereum, and people are like, "Oh, he's not going to say anything about Solana." I will. I'm actually going to talk about Solana memes, and it might not be today. It might be tomorrow, but I will talk about Solana memes. I will talk about Solana memes. I will. I will get there. I promise you. You know, I like tokens that are hated on. There's something about tokens that are hated on that appeal to me because if somebody hates a token, that means there is something, for the most part, there's something about that meme. Either the person didn't get in early, right? Most people didn't get in early. So they'll start barking on a meme and they'll look for any reason to bark on it. Any reason. They'll look for any reason to bark on it, right? For me, for me, let me go onto the base side for a second. On the base side, I don't know how you can fade Brett. You probably, okay, motherfuckers don't like Crash. When you ask people why don't they like Crash, they say because he's 11 years old. I mean, this is what I'm looking at. All I'm looking at is people saying that they hate Crash because he sounds like he's 14 years old. Yet, Brett, which he has conviction in, Brett has continued to go up and up and up and up. So who do I listen to? Let me ask you this question. Help me out. Since it's, you mentioned these things, insider, all this shit, right? All this shit starts popping off. So here's my thing. Who should I listen? How should I operate in this space? Should I follow people who win, or should I follow people who slander and yap all day long? Slander and yap all day long, and they don't sound like they make money anymore. Who am I following? Do I follow BlackRock, or do I follow some moron who has 3 years of experience in this space? And that's not saying that somebody can't be successful, but some moron, should I follow some moron who is really just has hate inside and just wants to hate on people that make really good calls and wants to shit on? I don't give a fuck. Listen to me. Look at me. I don't give a fuck about your beefs. I don't give a fuck. You guys want to go ahead and play out Gettysburg outside? Okay? You could do that. The North versus the South, you guys can do that. I'm here to make gains, okay? I'm not here to participate in your little fucking groups like high school. Oh, that person can't sit at the cool table. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck if you don't like each other. You know what I like? I like making gains. That's what I like. And on base, right? When I think of base, the only two things that I think on base are Brett and I think of MFer. That's it. Those are the only two things that I think of. There might be more things on base that I'm probably not naming. There are probably more things. But today, as of today, Brett, and I would say MFer, I think will do very well. I really do think MFer and Toshi. Thank you very much. But hold on. Hey, hold on. Stop feeding me stuff. Because that shit might not make the list. My personal list, which is for me personally. It's my list. Okay? My list, it doesn't have to be, it doesn't have to hold any relevance for you. Personally, it doesn't have to hold any relevance for you. We'll see what, you know what it is? We'll see if my list, okay, pans out. We will see if my list pans out in the next 6 to 8 months, right? We'll either say if the shit was complete dog shit, okay? If I got only like 2 out of fucking 50 right, we'll see what the fuck happens. We'll see. You can't judge me on today. I am literally picking. Look, hold on. Let's go ahead and throw in, because I talked about Brett. Let's throw in Brett. I am picking things that are down, that have retraced. That's what I'm picking right now. So nobody can say a word. Like, you can't. It would be stupid. It'd be dumb stupid. There you go. So here it is. Brett, look. They all look the same. Every chart that I have put up today all looks the same. Like, look at this shit. Everything looks the same. All these charts look the same. At this point, I think it's safe to say we've bottomed out. We've bottomed out here. I think it's safe to say that. Could I be wrong? Could he put a tariff? Could Trump put a tariff on your grandmother? Yeah. But I think at this point we've bottomed out. And I think it's safe to go ahead and say, look, I'm picking things and I'm going into them at the same time you are. That's it. I'm going into these plays at the same levels that you are. You could go ahead and pick and choose whether or not you go into any of this shit, but nobody can say, "Oh, insider." Can't say that. So there you go. That's seven so far. Seven so far. I see people talk about jail stool. I see people talking about stonks. I told you, this might be a 5-day event, okay? This might be, today's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. This might be the entire week where I'm talking about things I'm getting into or things that I'm not in, but I appreciate them and I think they're going to do big numbers. How about that? Okay, at these prices, Russell, he's right. At these prices, we're all insiders. We're all grifters and insiders at these prices, by the way. So there you go. I picked seven. Let me say this. I don't own this, but number 8, Fartcoin. I don't own it. I don't own Fartcoin. And let me put on Fartcoin. Give me a second. I don't own Fartcoin. Let's look at Fartcoin is starting, it leveled out and it's starting to come back. So I don't own Fartcoin, but here's the biggest problem. And I think we all need to kind of figure this out for ourselves as well, right? We're so used to the proper memes that when a Fartcoin comes out, right? We missed it. Some people missed it or didn't go into it because of the name Fartcoin. Like, Fartcoin, who the fuck's gonna? But people went in and it sits at an $847 million market cap. Okay? And it's bottomed out and it's slowly creeping up. Some people are saying that it's a hedge against inflation. I'm not saying that. I heard that in a room last night. I think that person is sniffing bath salts. But hey, I'm just saying. Now, do I go into Fartcoin? I don't know. I don't know if I go into Fartcoin. I don't know. But I know that the degens like it. I know that there is something there for. By the way, hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold. This is a Solana play. Don't tell me. Do not tell me that I didn't talk about a Solana play. Okay. And I don't even own it. And it's a Solana play. Solana play. This will make the list because I think Fartcoin deserves it. Again, by the way, I just want to make this known. I'm not telling you to buy it. I'm not telling you to buy anything here. Zero. I'm not telling you to get into anything. This is what I'm doing. I'm putting out a list of things I'm going into, and some of them I'm not. Or maybe I will. It all depends. And I don't give a fuck. If let's say Fartcoin is at 847 million right now, and I get in at 1.1 billion, that's on me. Maybe I feel comfortable going in at 1.1 billion, even though I know I should go in. If I have conviction, I go in now rather than later. But hey, I don't know. Maybe I want to use my money on some really oversold plays. Okay? Maybe I want to go into some of these things which are oversold. I'd rather go into oversold plays. Not saying that this isn't oversold, but I just want to go into some really bottomed out memes that are dope and I consider S tier memes before I go into something like Fartcoin. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Here's one that's probably going to bother a lot of people. And this is, by the way, I want to make this very clear. This will bother some people, and that's okay. But understand that I am an ETH meme maxi. There you go. Not saying that I won't go into a Solana play, but I like Ethereum plays, okay? So you can't hate me for liking Ethereum plays. I like Ethereum plays. That's it. To each his own. You like Solana plays, I like Ethereum plays. We can still go ahead and play dominoes and order some healthy ass food. My number 9 play is going to be Giga Chad on ETH. Now, I own, and I might get more. Honestly, I might get more Ethereum Giga Chad. It's the first contract that was made, and that doesn't mean shit because there were plenty of Pepe contracts made, but they didn't fucking hit, okay? At the end of the day, what hit was the 0x69, period. But I like Giga Chad on ETH. I wish somebody would really take over. The Giga Chad on ETH owns the Giga, what is it? GigaChad.com. It has all these things to it. I'm going to be frank with you, and I see there are Giga Pros from ETH in here, from the ETH project. Yo, like, honestly, y'all need to do better. You guys need to fucking do better, man. Like, I'm being 100% real with you guys. There is no way that Giga Chad on Ethereum is not putting up numbers. You right now have to look in the mirror and say, what the fuck are we doing wrong? Y'all need to look at this and say, what am I doing wrong? Okay? Here's your opportunity. I'm telling you right now, here's your opportunity. Well, let me pull this up. Here's your opportunity, motherfuckers. Hold on. Hold on one second. Let me see if I can pull this up. Giga. Where the fuck is Giga? I just put in chat. Oh, no. I spelled that fucking wrong. Fuck is it, man? Where the fuck is it, man? The fuck, man? What am I like? I'm retarded or something. Where is it? Where is it? Okay, there we go. Look, bro. What is happening here? Look at this chart, man. What is this shit? What is this shit? All right. You have a chance, right? The one on Sol, the one on Solana, the one. By the way, I have no beef with the Giga Chat on Solana. I hope they do well as well. But what Ethereum should be killing it. Right now is your opportunity to go ahead and completely showcase the Giga Chad on ETH. Okay? You should be able to showcase it. You should be able to come out with fucking memes and meme the fucking planet. It's nice that you own the domain and stuff, but listen, I'm a holder, but I'm critical of everything. I'm critical of Bitcoin. I'm critical of Ethereum. I'm critical of everything. Every single thing. Now, I will continue to support. Damn, oh my God. Fucking allergies are fucking killing me. I need a tissue. I will continue to support the Giga Chat on ETH. But y'all got to do something. This team, I don't even know who the fucking team is. Whoever the team is, y'all got to step up. And that's the truth. That is the fucking truth. You can go ahead and come at me and say David's a bad guy, but David's fucking been holding for fucking maybe a year now. So David ain't a fucking bad guy. David's just saying, hey, this shit needs to, it's bottomed out. They ain't anywhere else that this shit can go. This shit is bottomed out. Where else can this shit go? So it's time to go ahead and do something. It's time to go ahead and make shit happen here, man. Some people don't like Giga Chat in general. Some people don't even like the fucking meme. I like it. I like the fucking meme. Okay? I like the fucking meme. All right. Let's see. Yeah, but look, MFS, man. Check this out, man. Hold on. MFS. Bro, we pumped to 15 million, but that don't mean nothing. That don't mean nothing. That doesn't mean nothing. There's a lot of things that go to 15, 20 the first day out. That doesn't mean anything. In order to be a long-term meme, a multi-cycle meme, you got to do better. You got to do better. I'm keeping it real. I'm keeping it real. You guys can't get mad. I'm just being honest. This is, by the way, these are my takes. Like, listen, my thoughts can be meaningless. You know, you don't, there are probably right now, 90% of the crowd is like, fuck you, Dave. And it is what it is. Yo, listen, I'm going to spend my money where I deem fit. Your opinion doesn't matter. Nobody's opinion matters. I'll listen to your opinion, but at the end of the day, I got to do my own thing. The last one of the day. It is Stonks on ETH, okay? Not the bootleg shit, and I own it, okay? And I own it. Just because I'm friendly with Guardian doesn't mean jack shit, okay? I can like somebody, I can appreciate the hustle, okay? I can appreciate somebody taking over a project when it's dead, but that doesn't mean I'm going to go into it. I don't go into everything that is sent into my fucking DMs or it's talked about on Spaces. I am the type of person to research every single fucking thing. I don't give a fuck. If I miss out on something, it is what it is. Hold on. What the fuck is going on? Apu community, I see you. Relax. I see you, Apu. Apu community, I see you. Don't worry. I told you this is going to be like a 5-day process, okay? So hold your horses, guys. If you're not named today, it could be tomorrow. It can be Thursday. It could be Friday. But stonks on ETH, I'm holding and I won't give up. I round tripped. This is not something to be proud of, by the way, but I round tripped stonks and I had a really, really good fucking position in stonks. But I didn't take out like most of the shit that I fucking hold. I didn't take out because I want to showcase that I am a holder and I can be a pillar for communities and I can show people that holding, though you should scale out, by the way, you can and should scale out respectfully and respecting the charts. I just want to show, like, hey, bro, I'm here for the long run. I'm not here for 3 seconds. Some people would have, if some people would have fucking full clipped the motherfucker. I didn't. I round tripped that motherfucker. On the third leg up, let's look at GigaChat right now. I'm not GigaChat. Let's look at Stonks. Hold on one second. Nah, it's the bootleg Stonks. Stonks that stole everything from. That's wild. That's wild. To steal everything from this Stonks is wild. The one on Solana is so fucking ass, bro. But yeah. Round trip stonks twice. Round trip stonks twice, man. But you know what? When you, I kind of look at it this way. When you have some sort of belief in an asset, in a collectible, whatever you want to fucking call it, that shit happens. Should I have scaled out a little bit? Maybe, but I didn't feel like I needed to. I didn't feel like I needed to. I really didn't. Does it come back? I don't know. But you know what? It will be. It's something I own. It will be in my list. It's something that I believe that could run. You know, I kind of look at SPX, and I was sitting back on this, and I know, you know, a lot of people will say, David, you're fucking nuts for comparing these two, but SPX was dead. SPX was dead for a long fucking time, and then it erupted. Okay, then it erupted, and that's what I fucking feel will probably happen with Stonks. I feel like Stonks has that opportunity to bust open just like SPX did. The community has to be louder. It's just, look, I've said this about GigaChat, and I'm going to say this about Stonks on ETH. The community has to be louder. There has to be content that's pushed out. There has to be spaces. It has to be a no holds barred approach. It has to be a no holds barred approach to making this break its all time high and just go completely apeshit. I sit back and, you know, like from a branding standpoint, I kind of look at all these things and I'm like, man, if they just did this, if they did this, if they did this, man, I look at all these memes and I'm like, if they did this, if they did this, and I know in my heart that I'm right. Or like, you know what? If executed correctly, these things would do fucking great. Like in my mind, like I know this would do great if A, B, and C were done correctly. It is, and that's all it is. It's all about executing correctly. It's all about executing correctly. So there are your 10 today. Those are the 10 that I named out. Tomorrow there'll be more. So if I didn't name you Apu or UFD or Jail Stool, okay, it might be coming tomorrow. It might be It might be, like I said, Thursday or Friday. Like, bro, just wait. Give it some time. This list has to be one that obviously I'm in. The other ones that I'm going to put out here, I might not be in them. Okay? But maybe in the future I will be. Look, I put Fartcoin in here today. I'm not in it. I might have to go into it. Okay? I might, but I might be getting in at a higher price point. Don't do what I'm doing. I might be getting in at a higher price point. I don't know. But here's the rundown. Pepe, obviously, that's a no-brainer. That's the king of this shit. Okay? 0x69. Bobo. Good luck. Good luck. Good luck fading it. Augie. The reason I say Augie, because there's no Pepe without Augie. You want to clip this and run this? No problem. But go ahead and look at Matt Fury's interviews and see who is the inspiration for Pepe. Thank you. Thank you to Augie for bringing us Pepe. Pepe, who has literally turned this whole meme ecosystem around. Thank you. Appreciate it. Mog, obviously named. Hoppy. I like Hoppy. I just like Hoppy. I think it's going to do well because when people think that they can't get into Pepe, they're going to look at Hoppy and they're going to look at the history and they're going to say, oh, this one's cheaper. Let me go in. I'm thinking of how people will think, and that's how I'm going to set up my portfolio. I'm not setting it up on based on your feelings. Dogecoin. Me not saying Dogecoin, I might as well not be in memes because without Dogecoin, we don't have this meme economy. Respect Dogecoin. Brett, I said Brett because Base is going to do big numbers. And who's going to do big numbers who keeps coming back? It's Brett. And then you have MFR as well. But I'll probably mention MFR, really see if I put it, like I'll probably put MFR on the list. And that'll probably be tomorrow. Fartcoin, I don't own it. I don't own Fartcoin. But I could go in today. I could go in tomorrow. I could get into this motherfucker in 4 weeks. Giga Chat on ETH. I'm in it. I'm disappointed. And I'm going to keep saying this. I'm disappointed because it's a fucking meme that's used. Ethereum. You got all the motherfuckers on Ethereum. I can't believe it's at this price point. This is just stupid. And this is your only shot. I'm going to tell you right now, this is your only shot. Because right now, the one on Solana, which I hope it does well too, but that shit right now is bottomed. So you have an opportunity. You have an opportunity to take the ball and run with it. Stonks on ETH. I already said, I don't think Stonks should be here. And I think Stonks on ETH should be doing a lot better. But I'm not running anything, and that's not a shot. It's not really a shot at Guardian or the team. It's just me telling you, man, it shouldn't be here. Y'all should be punching motherfuckers in the face at this point. No, and I don't mean that physically. I'm just saying, like, punch away, punch away. So there you go. Apu, you guys are killing me. I told you, tomorrow, Thursday, Friday, I will still have this show. There will be part 2, 3, 4. Okay? Relax. I'm not doing the whole chart system, S tier, 1 tier, 3, 1. Like, I'm not doing that. None of that bullshit. There's an entire list. That's it. I'm not ranking people. This is not ranks. Okay? I'm not ranking here. There are no ranking. There are none that are being ranked out. At the end of the day, this is for me to showcase that if I go in, if I hold these things, if I buy these things, that I will end up having a multi-million-dollar portfolio. That's it. That is bottom line. That is bottom line. And I think it's fair to include things that I'm not in. I think that's very fair to include things that are not in my wallet, okay? I think it's fair to go and do that. Especially when we talk about cult communities. And memes with some sort of history that connect with other memes. That's all. So, guys, I've been here. It's only an hour show, and I've been here for an hour and a half breaking things down. I appreciate everybody. Shout out to everybody who's tuned in. This is episode 547 of The Breakdown. This is sponsored by Gemini. Trade $1,000 in crypto, get $100 in Bitcoin. Also powered by the Gakshi News Network. Tune in to all our media personalities. They're on right now. You got Hotep, who's on Kick right now with the Griff Report. You got the Money Maxis, Jules. He is like completely getting on me with this whole goddamn pause market that I came out with. It was, listen, that's how I kind of looked at it. I think we were still in the bear. I think we still are in a bear, but we paused for a second because Trump needed to go and tariff the entire world. That's all. You got 4 p.m. Julie Kennis, which is coming up shortly in the next 15 minutes or 17 minutes, excuse me. And the nightly recap. Also, you can find me sometimes at night going into Nobu space. Nobu has a space at night. You can check that out. You also have, Cousins who has a space at 4:30 also. There you go. I went ahead and talked about everybody. RaidHard.com. I see you, Apu. Apu, I already told you guys, man. I don't know how many times I got to tell you, man. Anyway, wait until tomorrow. And yes, I will get you in contact with Gemini. Don't worry about it. Send me a DM. I'll DM them. Or send them a DM. Actually, send them a DM and I'll let them know. So on that note, I appreciate everybody who has tuned in to seeing me. Yes, I'm not in a suit. I put on a sweater because I wanted to embrace the trenches. And by the way, I keep looking at me. Man, I really look great. I gotta say, I look great. Really do. My hair, look at it. Lovely. Yesterday, I never laughed. I was laughed the way I did last night. I mean, I came into Nobu's space at night and they were talking about me. Nobu said that, I owned way before I came to crypto. He was telling everybody that I own a landscaping company and I also own a cleaning company. And then this guy Mars said that my hair isn't real. There's no way that somebody can have this type of hair. And I'm sorry, man. Some people are blessed to continue to hold their hair and not have a recede and continue to hold the texture of the color of their hair, which I do. You mean, look, it's real hair. It's real hair. And, I'm very thankful for the DNA that I've been blessed with. I'm thankful for the DNA. No, my hair's not fake, bro. Mars said that my hair was fake. Crazy. Eyebrows never plucked. I don't get them threaded or anything like that. Eyes are green. Look at them green eyes. Yeah, take a look at them fucking green eyes. Look at them green eyes. A lot of you guys don't get to see my green eyes, but look at them green eyes. Hold on. Look. Look at them green eyes. I would never go to Turkey. Either I have my hair or I lose it. It's either or. Look at them green eyes. Look. Damn. Look at them green eyes. Hold on. Them fucking green eyes. Look at them. Look at them green joints. Look at them. You fucking jealous of these eyes. Look at them green motherfucking eyes. Anyway. Oh, I see my arch nemesis has come in here. Leslie Moda. My arch nemesis. But yeah, I was rudely no, hold on. It wasn't even rude. I was slandered on the space. People saying, Mar was saying my hair ain't real. It's crazy. Okay, it was wild. By the way, Mar, you should apologize to Leslie for what you said yesterday. That was very disrespectful, man. I was in shock. I was in goddamn shock. But on that note, I appreciate everybody who tuned in. I gave you 10 tickers that I put on my list, and one of them I'm not in. I'm not in one of them. Like I said, there will be things that I'm not in, but I potentially will get in. So yeah, stop hating. Stop hating. Like, this is God's creation. This is God's creation. Damn it, man. Damn. White teeth. Mm. Damn it, man. You gotta look at this and say, God damn, man. How can one man be so sexy and be in Bitcoin so early and ETH and all this shit? How can this happen? How can one man be this? How's this? It gotta be because he's Jewish. It gotta be because he's Jewish. That's what they'll say. It gotta be because he's Jewish. Anyway, I'm just fucking around. If you guys understand, for those who understand jokes, you'll get it. For others, not so much. Again, thank you very much for showing up. Be back tomorrow. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. And I don't know. I'm out. Fucking, I don't know what else to say. I hope you have a wonderful day.